James Lynch here for Fightful with Jake Hager, who's going to be making his MMA debut this Saturday at Bellator 214. And Jake, we're finally here, finally talking about your fight. How is this fight week compared to say, going in for a WWE match? How has there been any similarities, or how have things been different?
Well, this is definitely one of the biggest matches of my life, bar none. So I'm relating a lot of this to WrestleMania week, the road to WrestleMania, the lead up to WrestleMania. A lot of similarities with it, and then a lot of differences. I feel like I've been able to enjoy this week because I had a great camp and my body's in great shape, and I know that I've done the work. So I'm not feeling any pressure right now, because when you go out there in the cage locks, I think you forget about all that. Whereas, with the bright lights of WrestleMania, you have to remember still so much stuff. It's a little more nerve-wracking, which is kind of funny, actually.
What does it mean to make your debut on the same card as Fedor Emelianenko, one of the all-time greats in the heavyweight division?
To debut professionally for Bellator MMA is one thing, but to debut on one of the biggest cards in MMA history is another thing entirely. It's quite the honor. I know a lot of people are going to say cherry picking or whatever, but I deserve to be here, and I'm going to prove that on Saturday, and I really don't care what everyone else says about it.
Have you fanned out at all? Like, have you seen Fedor's here, but have you kind of geeked out a little bit?
Oh yeah. Every time he walks by, it's like, Fedor. Aaron Pico just walked by. I just met him for the first time. I was really looking forward to that. Fellow wrestlers. I met Ryan the other day at XM. Yeah, great guy. And him and I have history going back to college together. We were both he was at Arizona State. I was at Oklahoma, so we would compete against each other. Not each other, but our teams would then. So I am new to the MMA world, so this whole thing is just fun, and it's kind of surprising. I thought it was going to be a little more nerve-wracking.
I spoke to Ryan Bader earlier, and I asked him if he'd be open to going in the WWE, because he's done everything else. He's come over to Bellator. He could be a double champ. How do you think he'd do in WWE?
Great-looking guy that can talk and move and athletic. He'd do very well, There's a lot of similarities with amateur wrestling and professional wrestling, so I think he would transition very fast, like I did.
When we spoke before, I know Josh Rafferty, if that name sounds familiar, season 1 of The Ultimate Fighter, has been training you. How did the rest of camp go working with him, and how much of an asset was he?
I cannot say enough about Josh Rafferty. He was the first person I called back in March of 2017 and had this serious conversation about going on this journey and really letting me know what it's going to be like. And, I'm coming from Division I Oklahoma, and I'm like, oh yeah, I've done hard training. And he tried to explain to me, give me a picture of it. I had no idea. So it's really special to have someone like that go on a journey like this with me, which is so big and so huge and a part of my life now. It's been great. I call him the mad scientist. He's the reason why I have abs right now, and he's the reason I'm going to hit a left kick. What? Nope. Yeah.
What are we going to see in the cage on Saturday? Because you got the wrestling background, but I'm sure you've been working on your striking as well.
Well, lucky for me, I am new to this, so it's going to be easy for me to keep it simple in there and stick to what I am good at. I'm going to use my length, I'm going to use my reach, and I'm going to use my wrestling. And then other than that, I hope to show a great footwork for a heavyweight.
Now, like I told you last time when we did our interview, we're not going to get out of here without talking some pro wrestling. All Elite Wrestling, I hear they made a big announcement. Just your reaction to that? I was supposed to ask you that.
Oh, about the MGM Grand? Yeah. Hey, the landscape of professional wrestling is changing right now, and it's awesome to see that. It's great for professional wrestlers. It's even better for professional wrestling fans, because the product that is being put out right now is top-notch, and it's only going to get better, and it's only going to get more available and become more of a household name. So I'm super excited about it. It's one of those things that pro wrestlers have talked about for years. We want competition, not just to compete with WWE, but competition makes everyone better. So it's going to raise the bar, and I look forward to seeing what they can do.
What about Season 5 of Lucha Underground? Just your reaction to that?
Jake Strong is the current Lucha Underground champion. I have many names, but that's me, Jake Strong. I have no idea, actually. They were very excited after last season finish, which was April of 2017. and they wanted to go into season 5 right then, but it's been crickets. So maybe we can egg them to come out of their cave a little bit and make an announcement as well.
We're looking forward to your fight on Saturday. Thanks again for the time, Jake.
Hey.
Appreciate it.